So guys, before we get into the video I've got for you, let me quickly show you some of this headline. This one here says terrorists ambush Nigerian police team by DPO CPS Sagie during Katsina State Forest operation. You can see the audacity of these terrorists. Now, before this video, I told you guys that these terrorists stormed a village in Zamfara State. They were having their weapons and they attended mosque prayer. They went to the mosque to pray with their weapons. So guys, this country is becoming something else. Now, see this headline here. It says, when I met Remi Tinubu in the US, she was reluctant to acknowledge Christian genocide in Nigeria despite evidence. A journalist is saying that when she met Remi Tinubu, she was reluctant to accept that Christians are being killed. So guys, this is the problem we have today in Nigeria. Christian leaders, where are you? Where are your voices? We want to hear you speak. Don't be silent. The Bible says that the kingdom of God suffers violence, that the violence will take it by force. Don't be silent. Don't be silent. You know, don't be silent because your enemies are at your gate. They want to capture you. They want to take over. Don't be silent. Don't just say, I'm praying. No. What actions are being taken by the Christian community? What can the church do? I mean, the church coming together, since the government cannot do anything. What can we do to rescue and to save our religion in this country? The aim is to Islamize Nigeria. Let's not pretend about it. And they are actually achieving it. It is almost being achieved. Kwara State has fallen. Kogi State has fallen. Now they are gradually entering the south. And if care is not taken, other states are going to be taken. Like in Yoruba today, we are now seeing the emergence of affairs and all that. We are seeing the emergence of affairs and others that want to support extremism. So guys, this is to tell you that the jihad is about to enter the south, because we are beginning to see affairs who are trying to align their belief with the extremism we see in northern Nigeria. So guys, I don't know what you make of this. Honestly, Christian leaders really need to stand up and fight this battle. Now, somebody wrote an article about a village. Let me just read a section of it, and it says, they took our land, rename our village, turn our church into a mosque. Plateau community leader cries out. Islamic terrorists take over Gowon's Plateau State village, rename it and convert church into mosque. Fulani bandits have reportedly taken over a village in Mosque chiefdom, Boku's local government area of Plateau State, driving out residents and changing the identity of the community. The attackers were said to have renamed the village and converted the local church into a mosque after forcing villagers to flee. Consequently, the incident had left many families displaced and without access to their farmlands and homes. So guys, this is what is happening. Drive them away, take over what belongs to them and all that. And this is gradually being implemented and success, and it's getting more success because the northern leaders are not speaking up. Nobody is talking. And Nigerians, we need to stand up. I want to hear the Sultan come out and condemn the activities of the Fulani terrorists. I mean, call them out, the Fulani terrorists. Stop killing people. These are your brothers. I mean, these are your brothers. So guys, it is becoming sickening seeing that our politicians in Nigeria from the north don't hold these terrorists responsible. I mean, people will be attacked. No northern leader will come out to say, why did you people attack these peace-loving people? No northern leader, they will just be silent. So you see, it's an agenda being gradually implemented. And then when you get to the House of Assembly, you see all of them dancing in the same tune. Nobody can stand up and say enough of the killing. They are just romancing the whole situation for their own political gain. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Now take a look.
From President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because you would say, oh, possibly Muhammadu Buhari was from the north and they had a particular mindset, so it is not surprising to see how his administration was. But you are exposed, you claim you're educated, you are a pro-democracy fighter, you fought for Nigeria to become what it is. There are high expectations that now a southerner is in charge, things will be different, right? Things will get better. But I don't. What's going to be the boasting aura after his dispensation to say, during my time we were able to do this, we were better than these people we complain about have driven us behind. I don't know if you understand what I am saying. So it's not about north or south. It's about the principles of the individual there.
Esther, when people have been brainwashed and deceived into a state of Stockholm syndrome. And you know what Stockholm syndrome means. When you see your oppressor as your messiah, is that not the state? Because if this northern youth were to know that their leaders have not fared better with them, I mean, they would think twice now when they tell them to go and do some of these dirty things they are doing. Is that not true?
True.
But they have surrendered their life to them, so they like to manipulate and use them. So when somebody is telling me not only that, look, I don't want to hear that because I know their modus operandi, Esther. You cannot deceive me. If you're a leader and you want the welfare and well-being of your people, the Almajiri school that Jonathan built, you would have, in fact, you had taken it to another level by now. But because you don't want your people to be educated, so that you continue to use them, is that not the only reason? Esther, is that not the only reason? So that you continue to use them to do dirty things and preach the wrong Islamic code for them. All the good Muslims that I know always complain that this is not what the Quran said, though. This thing is not what is in the Quran, no. But to those people who don't want to hear that because it is to their own interest that they keep these people where they are. Yeah, they should keep them where they are so that they will use them. Esther, they will use them. No other reason. They will use them. For 5,000 naira, you go and kill a human being. Is that person normal? Let them come and tell me that they don't know what is going on and they don't know how to curb it. On their own, they cannot do anything except with these people. That is their own bargaining chip. That is their own leverage. This brigandage, violence and banditry. That's their own leverage. That's their own export, their own product in Nigeria. Whenever they want anything, they will use violence to get it. Is there any other reason? And you are telling me that I should not call out those people behind it? No, they should not call them out, Abi. Then who is behind them?
This has morphed to something else. The agenda is despicable, but this has morphed to something else. A community or a state where people used to live together in peace, regardless of their religious affiliation, and all of a sudden, some certain persons wake up. Then now it's no longer religion that they're using to do what they're doing. They are now termed themselves NTA, Nigerian Terrorist Association.
Oh.
Ha!
It has become a big business, Esther. You remember when one was lamented after that of, I don't know, Kaduna or Niger? How some youths will see a young woman, a married woman, they will now call the husband or anybody, I call her and say, come, I want to see you. And God help you if you did not go answer them. Esther, you had that man lament. He said they even know them. That one of them saw him where they were sitting around the fire or something, drinking one of these their drink. And the young boy had to tell Alaji, forget about what happened. Leave it for God. This man was lamenting, Esther. You can imagine a society that is growing that type of youth. What does the future portend for that society, Esther? Can you just imagine? A young boy that should be thinking of his future and all that. What is after is using violence to take other people's wife and daughter.
Because Barrister, the Grand Mufti of Yoruba land has raised strong concerns over the emergence of a new Islamic body in the southwest. He wanted the group could open the door to extremist influences similar to Boko Haram and Mata Sine. His name is Sheikh Abdulaziz Ishola. He said the newly launched League of Imams and Alfas do not represent the true Islamic leadership of the Yoruba region. He described it as an imitation of the long-standing and recognized body of Muslim clerics in the southwest. According to him, the group was inaugurated between February 11 and 12, 2026 in Iwo, and later expanded its reach to Edo and Delta states. He faulted the move, saying Edo and Delta do not belong to the traditional southwest structure of the Yoruba Muslim leadership. Ishola explained that the authentic League of Imams and Alfas has existed since the early 1960s and is made up of respected chief imams across Yoruba land. He said the new body was formed by only a few individuals without the consent of established religious authorities. He accused the founders of pushing a hidden agenda and trying to draw closer to northern Muslim organizations in a way that could create division. He insisted that the legitimate league has always maintained peaceful cooperation with Islamic bodies in other regions. He noted that the regional Islamic groups have existed for decades without causing conflict. He cited Jama'atun Nasrul Islam as an example of a northern-based body that operates without tension with southern groups, so that the true Yoruba Muslims would not support any movement capable of provoking religious crisis in the region, and that the formation of rival structures could destabilize long-standing harmony amongst Muslims in the southwest.
And you now see why Kwara is burning. You now see why Kwara is burning. Esther.
So there are some persons feeling this
no,
within the states.
No, his spirit that he's doing is not human being. The thing is that we don't want to hear the truth.
No, Barrister,
we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. Esther. That is very painful.
He said that the newly launched League of Imams and Al-Fans.
They didn't know since last year. I remember when I said it here, somebody said, what is my own? After all, why should I be drinking Panadol for somebody's headache? Why should I be talking to the Yorubas like that? Why, can you just imagine? Esther, they said it here. As if I didn't see what I'm saying. Why not address the issue and leave me alone? They said, why should I be talking? Every time we have been talking about the Southwest, the Yorubas. I don't like the Yorubas. Esther, is that not why I kept quiet? Esther, please, is that not why I kept quiet? And now look at what is happening. Each time somebody want to tell the truth to hear, they will leave the truth and be pursuing that person. You don't want to hear me talk, Abi? I will keep quiet now. I told you the other day that the best thing now is for us to be telling ourselves lies. Let me see how lies will move us forward. Let nobody say it. I even challenge Jare and Okakanfo. I said, Gani Adams, you are supposed to be the generalissimo of the Yoruba land. Why is this one happening under your nose? I challenged him that day. But they said I should not talk. I should not talk about the Yorubas. I hate them. Can you just imagine? Esther, if anything happens here today, will it not affect me? Am I not living in Yoruba land?
Obviously.
So they said I should not talk.
Don't even
it
want
doesn't concern me. I should go to my state.
They don't want that to get here because most people reside here.
No, they said I should go to my state. The way these people talk to me, I don't like it, Esther. I feel like keeping quiet. It's just that my conscience will not allow me.
It's not all of them.
My conscience.
Don't take them serious, Barrister. Those are politically induced persons.
Wait, you see what is happening. You can't even address it. You can't talk. Rather, whenever there's a small matter between a trader and a buyer in the Mosque market or whatever, and concern one Igbo or one, you blow it out of proportion.
Those are politically
that the Igbos want to take over Lagos.
Those are politically induced elements.
Esther, can you just imagine?
Whatever affects you affects every other person.
They wouldn't want to look at the issue. Look, every time something happens here between the Yoruba man and Igbo man, they will blow it out of proportion. The Igbos want to take over Lagos. They want to do this. The people that want to take over, you are not looking at their direction at all, Esther.
It can't even be surmised as that, because a Yoruba can have an altercation with another Yoruba, an Igbo can have an altercation with another Igbo.
It's terrible.
How can they conclude to say that is basically what it is?
Have I not challenged them to show me one place where Igbos have dominated in the Southwest and claim that this place is their own? They did not buy it. They did not rent it, and they are not paying rent on that place. Go and show me one place.
Well, Barrister, the happenings now is beyond all of that. This attention needs to be paid to this. I don't know what the president and his advisors are doing about this. I don't know how soon they need to act, but these individuals are no longer operating under the guise of religion. They're operating under something else, and what that thing else is now scary, because normally these organizations used to have an agenda. For Boko Haram, it was that Western education was a sin, and they were targeting schools and all of that. They were trying to stop all of any form of Western adoption or adaptation to stop. But this set of terrorists have morphed to something else using religion. But right now, with what these people are saying, with the letter that was just written now in Kwara State, it's no longer about religion. It's something else. Barrister, let's look at again, like I said, I think this is an opportunity for the federal government to wake up. It's no longer about politics. If you do not take care of your nation, if you do not secure the country, you may not see a 2027 to run your campaign or to run your elections.
Have they woken up, Esther?
I don't know.
From when Fulani man was the president and now Yoruba man is the president, have they woken up, Esther? Have they woken up? Seriously, have they woken up? That is the issue here. I didn't even believe that under a Tinubu administration, one fly from the north will stray into the southwest. I mean a fly, not to talk of a human being. I didn't even believe that it could happen. That they want to Islamize the southwest. To finish what they started with Alimi and his fellow jihadists. The Balogos should wake up now. I don't know the one that stopped them the first time, so they should wake up. That's just the truth.
All right, sir. Former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has said that those in power are uneasy about his return to Nigeria, declaring that the political struggle to unseat President Tinubu's administration has begun. He said if he was reluctant or slow about it before with what happened at the airport yesterday, he is now more than ever determined to ensure that Tinubu does not return in 2027. El-Rufai has spoken like there are some secrets he knows about Tinubu. He says when the time comes, he will speak. I don't know what he wants to say that Nigerians do not already know. And he says that when the government came, he was among the few who openly said we would oppose it and remove it. He said he brought this government to power and he also knows how to remove them, that he will remove them. He added that if there were any genuine allegations against him, they would have been resolved a long time ago. There's no genuine allegations against him, that the situation now is politically motivated. But he has an EFCC case. Last year, the EFCC wrote a letter to him, but he's saying that the ICPC did not write any letter. The DSS that came to him did not even write a letter. There was no warrant on them, if not for his supporters that were around him yesterday when he arrived from Cairo. But Barrister Darlington Agumo, there are several talks as to the situation with El-Rufai. For example, a couple of persons feel that the government of the day is making him popular, because when he arrived at to Kaduna State for prayers today, the persons that welcomed him, it was like a campaign. It almost feels like if Tinubu thinks he can attack us, we will show him who brought him to power or something like that. There's a veiled threat. So he's saying that for him, he doesn't have any disagreement with the current government. It's just that there are differences in objectives. What kind of differences in objectives? These objectives that you were not aware of before you campaigned for this administration. These objectives that you were not aware of before you gave your allegiance to the party. So a couple of persons are saying the timing of this difference in objectives is quite funny. Although he said if the government of the day had given him any form of appointment, he wouldn't have stayed on because of what he's currently saying. He has alleged that Tinubu's government does not know what he's doing, that he surrounded himself with Lagos boys who have no inkling or an idea on what governance is all about, but to enrich themselves and their personal pocket. So the question is this: what veiled threat, what secret does El-Rufai know about Tinubu that he feels that secret is strong enough to deter Tinubu from whatever mechanism he intends to apply to win 2027?
A young man was accused of sleeping with the father's wife, and then the villagers gathered and they brought him in the village square and they were beating him. Say, you have committed abomination. You are the people that we are going to the market in the morning. They equally beat him, and while they were going to market because of what they believe the young man have done. Esther, as they were coming back from the market in the evening, they saw people still beating the same young man. The same people, they say, why are you still beating him? What did he do? Well, it's enough now. Since morning you are beating this man. What kind of thing did he commit like this that you people are beating up since morning? Una one kill him. That is human being for you, Esther. The same people who said, Hosanna, Hosanna, while Cries was going to Jerusalem. They were the same people that got there and said they should crucify him. That is the ambivalent character of human beings, Esther. That is the ambivalent character of human beings. Was it not yesterday that the southwest and the north were doing chumi? And the Igbo man become the bad boy of Nigeria. So what is going on now?
Barrister, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that why are they threatening us and telling us we are the one that brought you to power, we will remove you too?
Who is threatening you? He's not threatening you. He's talking about Tinubu, not you.
It's about the southwest. It's about the south now, based on the permutation, the political permutation of Nigeria.
You think it's the south?
The north and the south, Abi. Buhari finished for 8 years with this, even when his administration was the worst. In fact, it was a disaster. Now, this man came to make amends, even though he's not doing it the right way. He came to correct certain things, but they are resisting it, Esther. The North is resisting it because it's like Tinubu is not doing what they asked him to do.
What do you think
That's the only thing.
What do you think they asked him to do? To do what precisely?
It's the same thing that happened in Rivers. Agreement is agreement, but nobody wants to tell us the agreement. Esther, will you come out and tell the whole world this agreement?
No, Barris, I want to understand. Ask him to do. Is it appointment that he did not give them?
You are not listening.
Hold on. Is it appointment he did not give them? Is it recognition he did not give them? If anybody is even to complain about lack of representation in federal character and allocation, is the Southeast and the South-South.
Esther, I have told you here that no matter what you do to your concubine's son, he will never call you his father. Take him to school, or buy him bread, or buy him gift. The day he will grow up, he tell you, who are you, sir? What did you do? I don't want to see you in this compound again. That is the boy you were helping yesterday doing all the things for. So that is the human being for you, Esther. You must have this at the back of your mind whenever you are doing anything. The North are never satisfied with whatever you give them, except they are in charge. Esther, they want to put it in our constitution that the North will always produce leadership. Didn't you hear when somebody said that they are born to rule?
More often than not, let's say you are born to rule. Let's say you always want to be in charge. Have you done right by the people?
It doesn't matter. Just stay there. Just stay there. Let others be working for you, Esther. That is feudalism for you. Are you not getting it? We are not supposed to be together. This amalgamation in 1914 is the problem of Nigeria. You brought three strange bedfellows together for your own selfish interest, and now the conundrum is trying to consume the whole place.
The conundrum.
We are not together. We can never be together with this type of lifestyle. It can never happen.
But Paris and Nigerians have
been
able to weave along and get themselves together all these years.
You are talking to
these
yourself.
Differences
they are
have
not
become
interested.
So prominent.
They are not interested. While you are thinking of tomorrow, how to move forward, they are thinking of 20 years behind time.
Then the problem is the leadership structure there, which is what should be looked into.
And you are the one to look into it, Abi. Or you are going to tell them that their leadership is flawed. Go and tell them that feudalism have died with 18th and 19th century. Go and tell them so, and see what will happen. Go and tell. I told you here how this thing has benefited the leadership of the North, and they want to sustain it. Ahmad Bello had all the opportunity to give the northern youth free education. I mean, all of them, so that they can be at par with the Southwest when Awolowo gave the same thing. But he deliberately refused. And what he told Awolowo was, come, if we educate all these people, who will serve our children? With that kind of mindset, Esther, what are you talking about? Are you not seeing it playing out? With the leadership of this country that has been in the House of the North for 50 years out of our 65 years of independence, what did they do with it, Esther? No, hold on. What did they do with it? At least with their own people. And you are telling me they don't know what they are doing. So when I call the leadership, yes, I am very, very correct. The facts are there. They don't want this thing to end because that's what they use to stay in power. Simple.
Well, Barrister, if this is a game, people's lives are at stake and it cannot continue.
They don't want. Your life don't bother. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It makes no sense. Al-Rufai, very soon, I think he has an interview today, so we'll get to hear what he has to say, because after what happened, I think the last time he had an interview with Charles on Arise TV. That was where a couple of statements were made, and since then he's been quiet. He traveled, he's back now. I think the situation that happened yesterday is what is prompting him to want to speak. We're waiting to hear more, aside from a couple of things that have been written. I think when Atiku went to meet with him, these were some of the things that he said in that meeting, and I think he intends to divulge more. So let's know, possibly because he knows very soon he'll have to go answer or respond to questions, because this determination, it's not a one-person thing, and it's not about talk. The opposition, if they are serious, then they need to do more than what exactly they're doing now. Barrister Darlington, will it take, despite the fact that President Donald Trump recognized the wife of the president, very recently, some Nigerians are still peddling that the reason why Trump's case is still on Nigeria and this whole designation of certain organization and persons is that he wants to install a candidate of his choice in 2027. And Barrister, we need to clarify all of this because like I was telling you that social media has become a very dangerous point where one needs to be careful with the kind of information they gather from there. Please, Barrister, legally, constitutionally, all right, let's put this in proper context. Can Trump, the United States president, insert any candidate of his choice in a country that practices democracy, even if he intends? Barrister, we have our constitution, we have our own modus operandi, and we're a supposed sovereign nation. Okay, can Trump do that? Let's be done with this narrative as quick as possible.
There is one thing you cannot deny the Americans. Seriously, it's like a culture. Let me give you an example. You know,
no,
this.
Barrister, hold that thought. Let's just take this break, all right? Please.
Okay.
So that they will not surcharge me. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this break. Do kindly stay with us. Convicted Donald Trump for falsifying business records as part of an alleged hush money scheme to influence the 2016 elections. Also, the fact that people thronged the White House after his first term ended, those crimes are part of the issues against him. So they are saying that if you have issues against you, you're not a saint, you're not also clean. So if you're alleging that the president's hands are not clean or he's attached to corruption and all whatnot, what places you in a sane pedestal to say that I cannot have anything to do with this person, I don't want this person there, so I need a different person to be put there? What gives you that mandate to authorize someone else there just because you don't like this person or you feel this person does not meet a certain requirement or specification?
We have a Trump that is the president of America.
Okay.
And we have a Trump that is the policeman of the world. You must separate the two.
Okay.
And America always wanted their presidents to be high up there, to be the boogeyman, to be the man that the whole world should fear. That is what Americans want in their president. And that was why Jimmy Carter lost to Ronald Reagan. You know, Jimmy Carter was a gentleman, a farmer and all that. But when you could not match the onslaught of USSR, Americans had to bring in a Ronald Reagan, the cowboy, Washington cowboy. And they saw, of course, when he came, you saw his Star Wars. This man this man started the military armament of America when he created the Star Wars. And Americans saw the difference. So that is the America you should analyze. There is America that is at home and America that is out there protecting the interests of the generality of Americans. Okay, look at it this way. With all his bravado outside America, at home, they still the institution of America still humbled him. True or false?
Sure.
He surrendered to the institutions of America. But look at this man who was so bold to go and adopt a sitting president in Venezuela. Can he have the same power in America to go and say this or that must happen? Esther, that is the difference between Americans and their institutions. No matter what you do, you must not compromise their institution. Never. The institution will catch you. They are just waiting for him to finish his presidency. Then you go and answer for his charges. Is that not true? In Nigeria here, have you ever prosecuted a retired president or whatever? Have you ever investigated a sitting president of Nigeria? Not to talk of when he leaves office. So please, they have their institution. And besides, Esther, America is worried that you are messing up their product.
Yeah.
Listen very well, though. Listen, though. America created this presidential democracy, true or false?
True.
It's their baby. And so when they see you messing it up, they will be worried. Because that is their product. That is their product. Yes. And they know that if anything should happen today, America will bear the brunt because all of you will be running there for refugee status and all that. And so whenever they see something coming, they see it as their responsibility to address and arrest it. since you don't know what to do. That is America as the policeman of the world. Who else would have checkmated all the jihadists and all the terrorists all over the world? Who else would have done it if not America? Who brought Osama bin Laden down? Who brought Al-Qaeda down? Esther. Was it not America? So you didn't see anything wrong in all those ones, Abi? Now you are going to complain because they want to help you to stop killing yourself. You can imagine. If you have done the needful, will you see any American here to come and tell you what to do and what not to do? No, tell me the truth. And do you think that with their president here, it will not matter enough that these guys will not be afraid of America, almighty America? No, you think they will not be afraid? That is the reason why they came in. And they came in because the government in power here is so weak that they can't do anything. Very, very weak. Very weak. They can't even call out these people who are doing all these things here.
I think we
not to talk about
Is it fear? I want to understand what it is.
Well, it's part of it's both fear and weakness. Yes, it's both fear and weakness. That's what I'm telling you here. I have told you here that what we have in Africa are local champions. You don't have leaders who have the ball to challenge any leader in the Western world. Not to talk of Donald Trump. They can't even handle their own internal problem. They are just local champions who are masquerading as leaders. When you swear an oath to protect life and property, Esther, is that not a serious oath?
It is.
Then when you came into office and this is under your watch, you couldn't even do anything, Esther. Will you not be worried as a citizen that look at my president who swore to protect me? Yet, look at what is happening to me. He's not doing anything. He's not saying anything. Will you not be worried? No, tell me. Or you want to wake up one morning and you hear people carrying all those things they used to carry, cutlass and whatever, and say, your life for Islam. Is that what you are waiting for? Or you didn't know how they used to operate during jihad? Your life for Islam. Your life for Islam. So which one will you choose? Leah Sharibu, where is she today? Up to today.
But the Christian community, one would have expected them to be more decisive and outspoken in the midst of all this. Matthew Kuka was a prominent vocal person during the administration of Jonathan, and all of a sudden he's been so quiet. He and a couple of others as well have been so quiet. It's only a few, maybe not too popular Christian pastors have been very vocal. Reverend Ezekiel Dachamo is one person, possibly because he's in the heart of where these things are happening. But other prominent Christian leaders are quiet. Pastor Adeboye is quiet. Even Pastor David Oyedepo, possibly they've mentioned it once or twice, but not vehement, to call the government of the day and say, see, you need to do something about this. I mean, these were persons that called out Jonathan during his time when the Chibok girl situation happened. So my question is there a compromise? Is it possible that some people know the people who are doing this for a certain reason, and then so also the political space? Is it the kind of politics that we operate that has allowed all of this to continue? Because it brings to question the kind of elections we conduct, the leaders that we have brought in over time. If we are calling out leaders, say, this is the time of the South, this is the time of the North, okay, what has the Northern leaders done to carry out, to uplift Nigeria from the doldrum it has been? It feels like there's a degeneration. Maybe one person comes, does something useful, another person comes and wipes off whatever it is the other person has done. Okay, it's now time of the South. You would have expected that a lot would have transpired, that after the Southern candidate, even the North will say, please, we need more Southern candidates. They've proven themselves. So what exactly is the issue? Are Nigerians blind to the kind of leadership they need? Has the system been constructed in such a way that it would never reflect the yearnings of the people? It will only reflect the yearnings of a few. It's like business. It's a transaction thing. So people sit down, they put a chess on the table and say, okay, let's play this game like this. For all of them, it's all about money. They don't care.
Esther, before I answer this particular question, the one you asked me before, I have not finished with it about Donald Trump. I need to put that matter to
quickly,
rest.
because we need to open the phone line.
I know.
Can he do that? Does he have the authority to do that?
Good. That is where I'm going. Look, the American Congress is more powerful than Donald Trump.
Okay.
whatever any president in America want to do, he must have obtained the approval of the Congress. Remember, before he came into Nigeria, there was a debate in the Congress before they gave him the nod. Is that not true? Good. Before he went to Venezuela, Maduro was already on the wanted list under Obama, under Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, yes.
Approved by the American Congress. So you can see that they always abide by the law in whatever they want to do outside America. This CPC whatever was given to the American president as far back as the 70s, and so it is there. They can't wake up and carry out any action that the Congress is not aware of outside America. Even regime change that you are talking about, the Congress must approve it based on facts.
Okay.
Like this thing now they are talking about in the American Congress, debating of Nigeria.
Yeah.
All those things are on the card.
But
you heard what that Raleigh Moore, whoever.
Yes.
He said it's part of the discussion.
At the Congress.
Yes, he said
the case of Venezuela, was it also in the Congress? Because Trump himself said he did not even inform them in the House. He carried out that act because he did not want any distraction.
The man had been on the wanted list. He saw for somebody to carry it out now.
Okay.
He said he didn't want it to leak. But is it the fact that the man had been on the wanted list?
Yes.
Yeah, so somebody had to carry it out. That's why there was not too much hoopla when it was carried out. But this one now that concerns Nigeria, Nigeria have become a subject of discussion in the U.S. Congress. True or false?
True.
So everything is being discussed. And so one of the things that are on the card is what? This thing you mentioned now. And then separating Nigeria, because they said that the amalgamation has already expired.
Yeah.
These are part of the thing that is on the card. And so, will you blame them if they carry it out? Because there is something we call nobilis oblique. That is, nobility behoves obligation. If you are noble, there is something that you're supposed to do. That's why you're nobility. In times of crisis, you show up.
So, in other words, what are you saying?
Well, what I'm saying that if there is a responsibility that America owes Nigeria, is to make sure there is peace here.
Yes.
And whichever way they bring that peace is okay. Because all this nonsense about mineral resources, this and that, America is in Germany. America is in Japan. America is in South Korea. In fact, there used to be North and South Korea. But this other part that America is in charge of, they are more progressive than the North. Is that not true? South Korea is more progressive than North Korea. You can see, you can check it out yourself. So why is it that the things that work elsewhere, it cannot work here? Then you are the problem. Esther, you are the problem. If things that work outside here cannot work in Nigeria, you are the problem. And who are the problem? Within us now, we know those who are the problem. Even the Bible says you must not be unequally yoked. There are people who don't want progress in their life. Esther, there are people who hate progress. When they see anything good, and they say, what? How can this one happen? They will destroy it and send you back to 18th century. So if things are not working here, who are the people that are making things not to work in Nigeria? And since we know them, are we not supposed to tell them, look, I think we are tired though. We are tired of going backward because of you. We want to drop you. What is wrong with that? There are people that are unteachable. Esther, I mean unteachable. So what do you do to such a person? You want to wait for him until he catch up with you, Abi. That means you remain one place forever. I remember when we wanted to have independence in 1957, they said they are not ready. And we have to wait for them until 1960. True of us. We have been waiting for them since that time till now, Esther. We have been waiting for them. Esther, we have been waiting for them. When we want to make laws that will bring progress to our lives and to this, they say no, it's against their religion. It's a constitutional matter. You should not talk about it. Let all our youth have computer from primary school. No, we are not ready for that too. Do not allow your young daughter to marry before 18. No, it's a religious matter. A girl must not have her first menses in her father's house. Esther, is that not what you are seeing here? No, tell me. So how do you now want to manage this? Tell me how. Somebody that is unteachable, he just refused to learn. What do you do to such a person? You want to wait for him, Abi? That means you don't want to go anywhere, and you too, you want to remain there. You want to remain there with him, and he's very happy that he has made you to listen to him and do what he wants.
It is something else.
So this other one you are talking about, religion, Esther, we have been wrongly indoctrinated, Esther. The idea of Christianity that Jesus Christ brought has been bastardized. We never believe that we can find ourselves in this environment. We never believe, because what Christianity means is peace and progress.
Yes.
That is the first thing a Christian try to fight for, peace and progress. But here now, we find ourselves in a very dangerous situation. And we still want to continue with that. If they slap you on the right cheek, you turn to the left cheek. Then if they are not satisfied, they can knock you on the head and kick your boot. Is that not why we are suffering? Of course, you don't expect the Christian leader to change overnight and become violent, because that is not their doctrine, that is not their training. And people have not abused it. Instead of you to say, this peaceful man, why can't we be peaceful like them now? Why can't we behave like them? We are trying to show good example, but nobody is learning, Esther. Instead, they have abused it. They are turning it into their own advantage.
It is well.
That is it.
Barrister.
They're supposed to be learning from us, since we are talking of worshiping God.
Okay. While we are on to the conversation this evening, apparently what we're hearing right now is the fact that, again, this is Nasir El-Rufai. We tapped Nuhu Ribadu's phone and confirmed he gave the order for 50 DSS to abduct me at the airport by all means. It wasn't the EFCC, it was ICPC. That this administration is desperate. They are now arresting businessmen associated with me. Even the security officials tell us it's all political and advise us to just settle with them. What does this mean? Join the APC. That's what Nasir El-Rufai is saying. And I don't know, he's saying that he's not the only person that they're going after. Peter Obi has also made that allegation, not necessarily in terms of for any corruption practices or whatever, but more like possibly to cripple his businesses, and associates of his are afraid to associate or show that they associate with him so their businesses are not affected. Now, I don't know what this means that El-Rufai is saying, but it's a dangerous trend. Politics aside, if he has anything to respond to, then he should respond to it. There should be no whatever about it.
Look, I would have loved El-Rufai to go and answer for his charges. This was the same thing Malami was talking about, the former Attorney General. Until they opened his book of remembrance, and all the things he did is now being reminded him, and he's calling of political witch hunting. No, everything cannot be political witch hunting. Esther, with what El-Rufai said and what he did in office, he's supposed to be in prison. I mean, let them remind him of all he did. Let them remind him. Let them remind him. It's not a question of propaganda or seeking for public sympathy. They are the one that caused the insecurity we are suffering today. He's the one. Is he not on record? Is it not on record? So why is he trying to buy public sympathy and all that? They want to bring. No, it's not everything that is wanting. Yeah, in some cases, politicians used to play that game, but not in all cases, especially in this insecurity and what he has done so far. I mean, you want to tell me that if they wash the garment of El-Rufai, they will not see death there? What is that? What you are trying to tell me? With what he did in Kaduna? Hold on. With what El-Rufai did and what he said about Christians, is that not enough to put him away? Anyway, it is left for him and the government. But left to me, there are things that El-Rufai did in office that can earn him prison time without any mistakes about it. I mean, things he said and things he did openly without any fear, because Buhari was there at that time to protect him. So what are you saying? By the way, if Buhari were to touch them, both Malami, El-Rufai, and so many others, will anybody talk to them, Esther? And you are telling me that they don't know what they are doing. I wish this government can go all out. All the terrorist sponsors. Because the arrogance of these people is so much, Esther. I mean, you see how these people talk and how they behave. Esther. One of them was so arrogant. Arrogant and threatened the wife of the president. That God told him to kill her because she's an infidel, he's a Christian. Can you just imagine, Esther? No, if they arrest that man tomorrow now, they say he's witch hunting. The president is attacking the north. Hey, Esther, me, I won't even listen to what I will look. I will do it. I will carry you. I will say, go and dump him inside the dungeon. What kind of arrogance is that? Is that part of whatever? How can you say such a thing, Esther? A leader, a Muslim leader, a sheikh for that matter, not even an imam. Because I know that a sheikh is higher than an imam. So why would such a person make such a statement and everybody kept quiet? Because we have been keeping quiet over the years. Is that not true? So when you now react, now they say, when does this one start now? Say that today we now begin open eye. You know that kind of thing. And that's why my people say that if you allow evil to fester in an environment for too long, it becomes what? Tradition and culture. Yes, because you allowed it. You sat on it. You didn't bother. You allowed it. We allowed the North to go this far in arrogance. We have not been challenging them. Whatever they want to do, they will do it without caring, without thinking. As if it don't matter.
Well, Barrister, their complaint that the elections for next year has been slated during the Ramadan period. They're asking Mr. Amupiton to change to consider Ramadan. A couple of persons are twisting it that maybe because he dislikes Muslims, that was why he slated the elections during the Ramadan. Meanwhile, he has said that there are still changes to be made based on the passage of the Electoral Act, a confirmation and signature from the National Assembly. There are a lot of things that needs to be done, updates that needs to be done on the Electoral Act. So, I mean, should anyone read any meaning to this?
You can see what we are talking about. Esther, you can just imagine. It's
just a few persons who are reasoning like that.
Everything is all about religion and tribalism and ethnicity.
That's the unfortunate thing. Like, issues are not properly discussed, but everything is being looked from a prism
this other day that Christians used to do their fasting and all the other religious programs. Have they come to tell you no? Because it is a fasting period.
Well, Barrister, it's not general. Like I said, these persons are politically induced individuals.
But then
But Barrister, finally, because we need to open the phone lines, there are complaints.
Don't say that, Don't say that, Esther. There was a time we wanted to do Miss Nigeria in Abuja. They said it is the same religious that's going on. Therefore, it must not be held. And they never held it in Abuja. They took it to Calabar. So is that not true? This is just something that it doesn't have to do with religion. So Abuja is not their own. You can't do anything there. It is just in Abuja.
But Barrister, ministers are complaining that out of the money slated for their different ministries, very few was given to them. For example, they budgeted 858 billion naira to bridge the electricity tariff gap in Nigeria, but only 60 million naira was released. The Minister of Transportation too is also complaining that out of what was budgeted, it was not even up to 100 million that was released to him. And that's why we're seeing a lot of deficits in some of the prominent sectors that were meant to be yielding positive results. But the government of the day releases statistics that everything is going on well and that economically the policies are working. So where is the money going? All the monies that were earmarked for budgets in these ministries, who collected them? How come you're releasing something small and something else is budgeted? If there was no money for it, why did you approve the budget? If a ministry submits a budget, a proposed budget, you look at it and say, we don't have the money for this. All right, but you collect it, then you release something small. So where is all the money going? Now, I think subsidy has been removed, right? So we're obviously no longer paying for certain things. So where is the money going? If all the ministers are complaining, Barrister Darlington, all the ministers are complaining that very little was given to them.
So, now that they are talking, I want to hear what Barrister Onolega will say. Because this is what I've been expecting from them. Embarrass our government, this and that. Let them speak up. Even the governors, they are not speaking up. Let them speak up so that we will now know the true picture. Because every time When we can say, go and face your governors. Your governor. What about you? How about you? Who is their father at the top there? Why not to do your own carry out your own responsibility? So that from you now, the governors will take a cue. So that from you now, you can have the impetus to challenge the governors, to embarrass them even, to embarrass them. With your performance, the governors will pick up. Esther, true or false? If the governors see what the federal government is doing with their own money, nobody will tell them to pick up now. That's why you have the two types of government in a federation, the state and federal. The federal, what have you done so far with your own money, your security vote, your own...
So guys, you have seen what is happening. Honestly, it's really so pathetic to see that terrorists are now taking over so many, not just one, so many land. I mean, they are taking over people's land. They are taking over what does not belong to them. Fulanis that came from other countries coming instead of living in peace with people. Like a Fulani girl was saying that it is never good to give power to the Fulanis because they will abuse it at the end of the day. If you give them power, they know how to use it for violence. Initially, they will pretend to be peace-loving people, but at the end, you will see their violent parts. And that is exactly what is playing out in Nigeria. You can imagine, not quite long, Buhari came out and said, you have to live with your brothers. That's what Buhari told people of Benue State. And even the media person for Buhari then, who is also from Redeemed Church, he said, if you don't want to give your land, then you risk facing the attack. Can you imagine that? That's what he was telling Nigerians. If you don't want to give your land, then get ready, be prepared for Fulanis to attack you. Can you imagine? This is what we are seeing. So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country. A whole lot is happening. I mean, a whole lot is happening. Nigerians, we cannot continue like this as a country. We can't. So I posted a video about a northerner who is saying that Trump should focus on, on Biafra land, not on the Fulani terrorist. So let me just read out some of the reactions coming from Nigerians on that video. Like this person here said, this man should be brought before the eye of the law because he sounds very much like a strong supporter of terror. Another person here said, they are bandits you associate yourself with. Governor of Bauchi State said he invited Fulanis from neighboring countries into Nigeria as brothers and sent them to Southeast to go and commit crime. And the North will back them as killing the North. During the national census, they have the same invitation for them to come and settle. So a whole lot has been happening, especially as regards to the way we don't really see, we don't really see the northern leader speak against the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. Like, okay, this person say, please, can we ask the man if Remi Tinubu is on eastern Nigeria? They are envious of our progress. That man should be investigated. So this man came out saying that it is wrong for Remi Tinubu to have said Nigeria needs more of U.S. strike. That why is she inviting the terrorists to come to their states, to come to northern part of Nigeria? They should go to the southeast where there is IPOB. This man say that Fulanis have declared war against Nigeria, Nigerians, and we are not sitting back to get buyed. Against Nigeria, Nigerians, and we are not sitting back to get by. What stops you from staying on your own? Have your own country. America are not fools. They are watching all you leaders. So guys, I don't know what you make of the statement made by this man who came out to say he was very angry, saying that that Donald Trump should target IPOB and not they've been in this business of killing innocent IPOB protesters but encouraging terrorism in the north to keep killing Christians in the name of Islam. You people always call Igbos. Tinubu wife is it Igbo? Okay, so actually what Tinubu wife said is right, that we need more of Donald Trump's airstrike. But this man is turning it into something else. This man interview makes statement that makes sense only in him and his kinsmen. We are carefully looking out to see the Muslim Fulanis that is not a radical. If your sons who go about all over the country terrorizing and kidnapping will remain in their state, the present security challenge would have been minimal. Remi Tinubu didn't say America should strike the north. She was careful selecting her words. She was requesting more of that in Nigeria. Leave Igbos alone. This person has said America government are not fools. So guys, I don't know what you make of this latest statement by this northerner who has come out to say that the American government should not just be targeting the north, it should also target the southeast where the IPOB members are and the rest of it. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about this latest development. The northerners are trying to push back, saying, oh, terrorism is not only in the north, it is also in the southeast. Can you imagine? That's just exactly what is being said here. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.